Hello and welcome to another video. Today we're going over the predictions I have for the 2021 BMX Nationals. We just raced the Alabama Nationals. I think the first one we had was the Sooner Nationals, and then the Winter Nationals, and then the Super Nationals, and then we just had the Alabama Nationals. And Connor Feilds actually didn't win any of those days. I think it was 3 days of racing. I don't think he won any of those days. He just had to struggle to just keep up, and that's really just changing the season. It's a mix-up now because you've had Connor Feilds on top for a long time. He's about to retire, and these top dudes like Anderson Souza and Jeremy Smith and even what's his name, Riley House, who's still a pro. I think he might change all the pros are racing together. It's a mixed pro thing that they're doing for 2021, which also changes up the 2021 season. And I don't know if they were notified about that beforehand or not, but it's here, and they have to race it. The plus side is the pros get more money because there's going to be more racers at the races. But the downside is that the A pros are going to have an even harder time keeping up. Which is, I don't know, it's an odd decision, but they're doing it. It's kind of like mixing 250 Supercross with 450 Supercross. It's just, they're not as experienced. They don't really know what they're doing, so they're still making changes, or still understanding how to ride safe, how to ride, fast, and just communicate on the track with other riders when getting past or passing. Excuse me. And I think my prediction is that either Anderson Souza, who races for Speedco, or Jeremy Smith, who races for DK Bicycles, will get the title, the number one pro title this year. Jeremy Smith got the Golden Crank Award last year, Pro of the Year. I'm not sure if that's the same thing or not, but he got that at Grands, but I don't know what you have to do to get that. But also Anderson Souza and Jeremy Smith are training partners too, and they have the DL BMX1 training coach, DL crew. You also have Tyler Klumper and Will Grant, who are also on there. I don't know if they're a pro, but again, the whole class is mixed together. And Riley House said that he knows he can keep up with the elites, but he's like, he knows he can win an A pro title, And I don't know if USA BMX will make him go up another level, depending on how good he gets in the A pro class, but he'll definitely make his decision either next year or in 2 years, either 2022 or 2023. So yeah. And you also have Joris Daudet and Corbin Chirac, who have been Connor Feilds' main competition for many, many years. And then at Winter Nationals, I'm pretty sure the Mongoose rider, I forgot his name, I can't believe I did, Cameron Moore, yeah, I'm pretty sure that's his name. He's sponsored by Mongoose, but he won, I think, the last day. He finally got a top spot, actually. And now he's in the mix. You have all these dudes who are so close, and it's just a mental game. It's always a mental game with these guys. And for the A pros, they just have to get better. With experience comes, more speed. And you're much safer with more experience, obviously. And as well, including this, these pros know the track a whole lot more than the A pros do. And the more you race these tracks, the better and faster you get once you get used to them and you understand what you have to do at these races during these tracks. If the jumps have like a small lip, if they're flat, if they're big, if they're long, there's so much going on. If the berms are high, if they're flat, if they're low, there's so much that you have to understand. And at Alabama, Jeremy Smith also crashed, I think 2 or 3 times, maybe more, which was pretty crazy. But it was always a mix-up at Alabama. It's pretty, it was super cool, to see so many different lead changes and different changes in the back of the pack, especially. And that's super fun to watch, too. It's super entertaining, and Alabama's a super cool track. It's a Circle City National, which has a circle, obviously. It's in the name, around the whole track. You make a loop, and then going into third turn, and then a regular berm into the last straight. Yeah. And also in the Vet Pro class, Jonathan Suarez won, I think, all 3 days. And then Barry Nobles was right there behind him. That's where he grew up. Not exactly in that part of Alabama, but he's raced there before. I don't know if it's a whole lot, but he's raced it definitely. And Tyler Brown was also there. And those 3 dudes are always just super close together. And then, yeah, my predictions is that Anderson Souza will grab the title, and then I think Jeremy Smith will get right behind Souza, but that's just my guess. My guess is as good as anybody's. It's just, as I said, a mental game, and you have to understand what you're doing. You have to understand how to be safe and how to make these passes. And yeah, I think Connor Feilds will, not do as good this year, because last year people were on his tail the entire season. People were always on him, always on his back tire, and he's always been super out front, most of the time. Sometimes, obviously you have bad days, but I think Alabama was just a bad day or a bad weekend for Connor Feilds. And Souza and Jeremy Smith were kind of in the middle to back part of the pack, but that was just a super complicated track, and it was just an interesting race overall, or race weekend overall. I forgot what's next up on the circuit, but I think it might be Central. I don't know. I have no idea. But that's all I have for you. Hopefully you enjoyed. I hope you have a blessed day, evening, night, or whenever you're watching this. And I will catch you in the next video. Peace. I'm out.